We welcome all of you to our super exciting fireside chat we have today. And the topic we will cover today is where a hydrogen fuel cell meets autonomy, the why, the where, and the how. And I think this topic really well aligns with the overall topic of this exhibition, which is all around sustainability, but also combining sustainability, how to drive safer transportation solutions in this market. So I think this topic matters to all of us, and I also feel very excited about diving a little bit deeper into this topic, as we also have really exciting technologies, innovations, and partnerships that have been showcased here, that have been announced here. So with no further ado, I would like to introduce you to our main speakers here. I'm very, very happy to have you here on stage joining the panel. Let me introduce you to Martin Zeilinger. He is the Executive Vice President and Global Head of Vehicle Technology Development at Hyundai Motor Group, the world's leading car manufacturer with a very clear vision to drive a greener and a safer world and to drive technology at progress for humanity, as we learned at yesterday's press conference. I would also like to welcome Shawn Kerrigan, who is co-founder and COO at Plus, a Silicon Valley-based autonomous driving software technology company, and bringing autonomy, safety, and also a greener world together with HMC, Hyundai Motor Group. Now, before we start into the conversation, I would actually like to start the panel discussion with a little video, a little bit of a storytelling.
When we think about the next generation, we imagine a world filled with sustainable vehicles, like the Hyundai XCIENT fuel cell truck powered by Plus's Level 4 self-driving software SuperDrive, where market-proven hydrogen fuel cell technology meets state-of-the-art AV 2.0 self-driving technology, making this a clean and smart robot truck with superhuman awareness through the combination of camera, radar, and LiDAR sensors. It's powered by Hyundai's leading hydrogen fuel cell technology, and its smarts come from Plus's pioneering large AI model, designed to solve the driving intelligence problem, making it possible for the truck to drive itself in all weather conditions, rain or shine, day or night. The self-driving SuperDrive is one of the safest drivers on the road, never distracted or speeding, and always looking for the safest way to maneuver around other vehicles and anticipate and react safely to both expected and unexpected scenarios on the road. And being powered by hydrogen fuel cell technology, it's a zero-emission solution for a cleaner and better world. This is a world we're proud to power, a future we're happy to create, a present we're honored to leave behind. Join us in creating this safer and greener future.
Awesome. I hope that this video inspired you a little bit, and I hope that this video also reflects a future that all of you would like to share. And I have here experts on the stage who will tell you a little bit more about how they want to bring this vision and this future into reality through disruptive and cutting-edge technologies and also close collaborations. I would like to start with you, Martin. So Hyundai has been or is a pioneering front leader driving innovations in the areas of fuel cell technology. And I would like to ask you, why hydrogen fuel cell and what is your vision behind it?
Yeah, first of all, I want to share that more than 25 years of experience in hydrogen fuel cell in development stages in our organization. And then in 2013, so then more than 10 years ago, we launched the first mass production vehicle, which was the Tucson fuel cell. And then in 2018, our current model, the Nexo, was introduced in mass production. In 2019, the LXCD city bus fuel cell version, which is running more than 500 vehicles right away in Korea. In 2020, we started with trucks. So there's a really strong history and also a proof of technology with hydrogen fuel cell in our company. We believe in hydrogen as one of the most important energy carriers for the future. And one of the applications is in mobility, and that's what I'm standing here for today.
This is really exciting, and we would like to know more because you've been on this path of developing the pathway, building the technology. But what we would like to hear is what were the opportunities that you see, and but more importantly, also what are the challenges that you're encountering in developing the technology?
Yeah. Yesterday or on Monday in a panel discussion, I already said it, and it may be surprising to some of you when I tell you diesel is a wonderful fuel. It's all the way available in the world. You can take a truck or engine from here to Argentine, refuel it, start, go away. Unfortunately, it's producing CO2, carbon dioxide, when refueling, when using. And as we have to protect our world for the future, progress for humanity, we have to reduce the global warming. And that's why we are strongly believing in zero emission transportation. And that is one of our strategies for hydrogen. So it's a big opportunity for us to contribute for a safe planet in the future. We believe in hydrogen, as we shared yesterday in our press conference. We are also now tackling the hydrogen value chain. So we are not talking about the chicken-egg problem. Here is the truck. Is the truck the chicken or the egg? No, we have the truck now and buses and more vehicles. But we as a company and the group level, we are covering now the value chain. And this is both a chance and a challenge. It's a chance because we have in our hands to provide the clean, affordable hydrogen for the use cases. But it's also a challenge because everything what is not diesel, if it's CNG, if it's LNG, if it's battery electric, if it's hydrogen, needs a special dedicated infrastructure. And that deployment of the infrastructure is one of the challenges, but also one of the chances we are seeing in that business for our company.
Thank you. That's a very thorough answer and really meaningful insight. I think we addressed the sustainability challenge that is coming and have a very good insight into how Hyundai Motor is addressing this challenge with their technologies. If we look into the transportation industry, I think we see a lot of other increasing challenges as well, whether we talk about global driver shortage, whether we talk about underutilization of assets. How can we make this more productive and bring efficiency into the market? And here, I think the level 4 technology, driverless technology, has played a really important role. And I would like to address the next question to Shawn Kerrigan. What value do you see in level 4 technology, and how can this bring value to the overall transportation industry?
So we started Plus to help create a cleaner, safer, more efficient world. We believe that autonomous technology will be one of the most transformational innovations in the transportation sector that has been seen in a long time. We think there's also a really good pairing of that with these next-gen technologies like hydrogen fuel cells. So we're really proud to be helping power the next-gen clean transportation in this way. I think there is a lot of synergy there in terms of adding to the overall TCO value when you bring that technology to market. And I think that there's also a lot of synergy in terms of helping adapt to the differences in those vehicle drivetrains. So dealing and optimizing the regenerative braking, for example. So we think there's actually tremendous opportunity for autonomous technology to have this really positive impact on the world. And we think there's tremendous synergy then pairing it with solutions like this.
Maybe a follow-up question to that, similar to Martin. I think there is a lot of opportunities that you highlighted, but also on the counter side, what are the key challenges to deploy level 4 technology at scale?
So some of the challenges come within developing enough data and safety proof points to be able to release this broadly. So we are focused on a progressive approach to get to full autonomy, which is why we have this range of solutions you see here, ranging from advanced safety suites to driver-in automation to advanced driverless automation. We think it's by leveraging those solutions, we can have a really positive impact on both vehicles of today with drivers in, as well as continue to build the safety proof points and collect the edge cases that we then can multiply several orders of magnitude in simulation to refine the full driverless solution. So I think I think that developing this technology to get there will take some time, But we as a company are basically focused on what you call the AV 2.0 approach of really building deep learning AI networks that really are designed to solve this driving intelligence problem. And it's through that I think we can together have a really transformational impact.
Thank you, Shawn. From an OEM perspective, why do you think level 4 driverless technology is relevant for you?
I just want to add what Shawn said. So driver shortage, we are in the US market. Driver shortage, I think the market is short in 80,000 drivers right now, and this will be even more severe in the next decade, facing doubling the driver shortage. As you know, I'm coming from Europe. It's exactly the same. Driver shortage is a factor which for some fleet companies is the limiting factor in growth. It's not investment, it's not trucks, it's not fuel, it's driver shortage. And so facing that way towards autonomy, and this will be, of course, a step-by-step approach from hub to more developing scenarios. But I think this autonomy is the single approach and the best approach to overcome the driver shortage. And another aspect is, of course, safety, because unfortunately, many of the accidents which are happening is caused by driver being fatigued or looking at his smartphone or whatsoever. So if we together have the right approach and the right development, and you mentioned something about safety, I think this is a sustainable solution for transportation in future from the emissions point, but also from the safety points. And that's why I'm so happy to bring those two technologies together.
I think that's a great answer and also perfect transition into my next question. So thank you for that. I think this video has already given a glimpse that there is a collaboration going on. So why don't you tell us, Martin, a little bit more about the collaboration and why you think it is important to collaborate in this industry?
Yeah, so it started with an internal assessment when we thought about what is the next step. So we made an assessment with which company do we want to go, and the choice then was, I'm happy to share that with your company, with Plus. And so then we began to get the operations done. So we have the truck, and we have the AD technology. And I think the very, very important thing is the interface. And the interface is only happening when people collaborate trustfully to each other and with each other. And I think that interface from a truck and from the autonomous stack or software to operate that truck and to manage that interface with all the people involved, that was a great experience. And I'm happy to share that. It was a really trustful and is a trustful.
Great. I think it's clear that partnerships are key, and I think that's also a relevant perspective from an OEM side. Now, Plus is on the software side, and for the people who may not know much about Plus, maybe you can give a very quick glimpse about what Plus is doing and how you see partnerships being relevant to bring this technology to market.
So we see partnerships like this as absolutely essential. So we are an AI software company focused on solving this driving intelligence problem. So we focus on building out that virtual driver capability to cover everything from safety suites to advanced driver and automation to fully driverless. So within that context, right, we are focused on building that software capability. And it is absolutely essential that we find strong partners to work with to help them build products that they want to deliver to their customers. So we see ourselves as providing that enabling technology that really enables tier ones and OEMs to craft those types of advanced products that they want to deliver to their customers. And so that to us is very important because it allows us to focus on the part that we are great at and allows us to work with great partners and focus on building that really strong collaboration to together deliver winning solutions to the market.
Yeah, great. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, I think this collaborative approach, bringing together, and who is in engineering, who knows that it's not always going frictionless. There are some problems in the early phase, some integration challenges, but in that collaborative spirit, we really could overcome those challenges quickly. And that's why I'm focusing so much on that interface, because it's bringing the two technologies together in one piece of vehicle, which is our fantastic XCIENT fuel cell truck. And that's really one very, very good signal of fruitful collaboration.
I think another aspect when we think about collaboration is the technology part that both of you have touched upon. But it also comes down to a lot of soft skills. It's different cultures. You bring a Korean-based big tech conglomerate together with a Silicon Valley-based, very agile software technology startup that is 8 years young, if I remember correctly. So how do you bridge these two worlds together? What are the challenges that you see, and what do you do to overcome them?
Yeah, fortunately, I'm a little bit more than 8 years old. And I have a lot of experience, so I can share with you that I'm more than almost 40 years in that industry for heavy-duty trucks and buses, and I'm now 4 years with Hyundai. And so being a German-based guy, I can a little bit understand now both the cultures. Living and working for Hyundai since 4 years with a wonderful team sitting here, with my executives helping me overcome those challenges. And I think bringing those, though I love working with people and bringing those cultures together to a fruitful collaboration. That is one of the biggest adventures you can do. You can type a wonderful code into the machine and code software and everything, but bringing together those cultures and people working together towards a target, that's a wonderful experience.
Great. Shawn, what is your experience venturing as a Silicon Valley-based technology startup into the world of automotive, working with tier ones and OEMs from all different parts of the world? What is your lessons learned from that, reflecting on that journey?
I mean, I would echo everything Martin said. It's really about outreach and collaboration. It's really about trying to understand the other side and look for how we can work together to achieve success. It's about also spending time getting to know the different cultures. So going to visit in person, right? Getting to know the different cultures and understand them, not just on the business level, but on a personal level and on a cultural level. And then figuring out, how can we really achieve great success together?
Great. I think that's very interesting insights also to get some glimpse into that part of the partnership. Now, if we move away from the domain of partnerships, how to collaborate, I think what's also an interesting question is the part of scaling, right? I think we see a lot of autonomous trucks that do pilot testing with fleet customers, but how do you commercialize such technology? And that I would be curious to hear from Martin first, from an OEM perspective, whether we think about fuel cell, whether we think about autonomous, from your experience, what is key to industrialize and scale successfully?
Yeah, I think when I'm starting with what we have more experience, which is the powertrain related things, it's scale. It would not have happened to go to trucks and commercial vehicle if we would not have the development from passenger car. So that was the foundation to bring it to buses and trucks. And of course, the next steps we are facing in our roadmaps are more and more focusing on the commercial vehicle, because we believe that commercial vehicle is, with its TCO focus, is a good chance to scale and to industrialize furthermore. And we see a lot of companies here looking on fuel cell powered trucks. And so I think that is a very, very clear thing that we need to scale, to improve, to learn, to roll out and to get more volume. So we announced yesterday we have 30 trucks running here in North Cal Zero project, 4 more coming in another Californian project. Some trucks coming more this year in our new Georgia manufacturing plant, our meta plant. So there is a lot of improvement, and we are having the next step already in the final preparation in the project. So we see a product enhancement next year with more ADAS functions, with more slight upgrade in the powertrain, with some connectivity, with a new architecture, with a new interior display. So we are in continuous improvement of those vehicles. And now coming to the autonomy, of course, ADAS is the base functionality we have to have by legislation. But improving and looking for more, I think it's the right time to really deep dive and explore. I think it was a little bit a hype some years ago. Everybody said, "Oh, we are not in mass production in 3 years. We are lost." 3 years are a long time ago. But I think now we have to develop the technology. We have to develop the use cases along with the regulatory boundaries, and that is a little bit the challenge in that field. On emissions, it's clear. You have your KPIs you have to fulfill. You have to certificate and then go. In the autonomy, especially in the US market, it's a little bit different. So we are kind of having moving targets. But I think it's a very, very good time to talk about that collaboration and to face those challenges along with the establishment of regulations.
Absolutely. And of course, you can anticipate, Shawn, I'm going to ask you that question as well from a software perspective. How do you intend to industrialize and scale the technology and bring it to market?
It's a great question. I think that there's a few important parts to that. So one is to make sure that you're designing things from the beginning for commercialization. So while POCs are important, you can't be designing and building for a POC. You have to be designing and building for commercialization. And the POCs are just a step in that process. Second, you need to really understand what are the real end requirements to get to commercialization. Because there are requirements in terms of performance, there are also requirements in terms of safety and in terms of cost. And so you have to really understand those requirements and have them in mind as you're initially designing the right solution. And then third, I think it's really important to understand and focus on what part do you have real excellence in and what part do you need to find great partners for. And that's where we, for example, as an AI software company focused on solving this driving intelligence problem, we focus on the software. Right? We're not focused on the other parts in terms of the vehicle and the other aspects of commercialization downstream. And so we look for strong partners that we can help craft great products together that we can then deliver to the marketplace.
Great, thank you. So I think the discussion shows it is a very complex industry and it's an ecosystem of more and more evolving new players. There's incumbent players, there's new technology players coming in. So maybe back to Martin, when you see the transition in the mobility space, and you said that you have worked in this space for a long time, how do you see the mobility, future transportation space in the next 4 to 5 years? What will this look like?
Yeah, I think all the commercial vehicles industry, or generally see all the auto industry is in a big transition. And we see that all on the OEM side, the transition to electromobility, to hybrids, to full electric, in our case, to fuel cell electric vehicles. So there's a lot of investment, not only on the OEM side, but also on our supply chain, on the tier ones, on the tier twos, on suppliers like you are, not on the powertrain, but on the autonomy stack. And it's, I think, the biggest change I ever have seen. So the last several triggers were mainly driven by emissions. So the EPA levels, or in Euro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we see now a more dramatic change, and especially when we look at the progress for humanity, on the sustainability, on the clean transportation, on limiting emissions, but also on safe driving, covering the driver shortage. I think that's our elements which are really, really absolutely significant in the not only industry, but for our next generation. So, and I'm really happy to work on that style towards safe and sustainable transportation.
Thank you for the great answer. And I would like to pick up on what you said. Progress for humanity, that's Hyundai's vision. And I think that vision is amazing because it's universal. It applies to everything. It applies to life. So I would like to ask the last 2 concluding questions, or as one question to each of you, is how does this collaboration between Plus and Hyundai Motor Group pay into the vision of progress for humanity? I would start with Shawn, and then Martin, you can maybe have the final answer.
So I think the opening video summarized it well. Here at Plus, we got into this and because we wanted to make a difference in the world, to really have a transformative impact in terms of safety and efficiency in the world. And so it's really exciting to see so much of that now coming to fruition. And it's really exciting to be working with a great partner like Hyundai in terms of applying that into clean vehicles.
Yeah, and I think with all what the engineering can provide, if we look on that truck and on the sensor integration, so we have multiple cameras and radars and LiDARs, and we have this sensor fusion and the environment perception. And the target is that even then this technology is better than a human driver. Because a human driver can be tired, can be thinking about his family or whatever happens around him, can be uncautious, can be having some challenges. But that technology is 24/7 on the same status of accuracy. And when we saw in the video, rainy day, foggy day, snowy day, with all the sensor in combination, the environment perception can and should and must be even better than a human driver. And I think that is a big step forward for the safe transportation in the near future.
Those are really great answers, and I think a perfect ending of the panel discussion. Just summarizing this whole conversation, I hope that you also could take away some key messages of how automation combined with electrification and sustainability will drive progress for humanity. Thank you very much for your attention, for your time. There is some raffles going on. All of you should have received a blue little raffle. This allows you to win potentially an iPad or an iWatch. So stick around, stay tuned, and thank you for joining.